How are you all this morning?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic.
The Summer Institute, I think, is always a good time for educators in the region to come together and share really innovative ideas and get each other's feedback and create networks to where you can follow up with questions through the year. We were intentional about choosing which curriculum leaders from each school came to the Summer Institute. And we knew that these were going to be the cheerleaders and the encouragers to move this paradigm forward that the state's expecting, that our district is expecting. This continuous improvement model. We would talk very specifically about what is it that our data is saying we need to work on next year. Here are some breakout sessions who have shown us how to be innovative in those areas. What can we commit to as a teacher leader? You ask teachers to commit to something, they always follow through with that. And they'll tell you what they need to make that happen. And then DPI always provides resources for us in training and support. If it comes from teachers, then their peers get really excited about it. If a teacher can actually model it and say, this is what I saw in this breakout session, it's going to be really cool, then when the training rolls out, they're kind of hungry for it.
Coming from teachers, teachers tend to respond better.
It seemed to work well for us, and they were bought into it.
Not only am I teaching, but how am I impacting student learning?
Were we even really assessing what we wanted to assess, the way we wanted to assess? So I think that created a whole depth of knowledge for the teachers too.
The Summer Institute has been a great initiative because it has allowed us to build capacity throughout the years, especially when it comes to networking with colleagues and other schools, especially in the area of charter schools. Allows us to improve the way we prepare our teachers, having the opportunity to see where we are as a charter. What are we doing right by comparison to other experiences around the region? But also, it allows us to see what we're missing. And when we get that input from other schools, we have that aha moment that we're all looking for when we come to this institute.
So I can show my students what it takes to get from not mastered to mastered, or from mastery to super proficient.
I'm going to take back with me from this year's Summer Institute some information that I'm able to use with the data-driven purposes for our students, getting them to that next level where they can be. Also the differentiation that we need to continue to put in our instruction, that we're refocusing on our students over and over again. We have to reinvent ourselves every once in a while, and this institute has been able to support that. They were able to give us wonderful tools that we can use with our classes, and it also gave us some information that we can take back to our schools as a whole. All the information I gained from here, building on leadership capacities, all those things will come together, and I'll be able to give those back to not only my school, but the county itself.
It puts it all out there together, all the information in one place. Teams are able to start having conversations about what they're seeing, and then you've got this integrated support for a kid.
The Summer Institutes were so important because of all the tremendous change that the state was undergoing, which of course the county and the local schools undergo. And so it was really an opportunity for us to gather and hear directly from people that were instituting the change and responsible for the change, being able to be there with my colleagues, the folks from DPI and the folks from other LEAs that we were able to meet, share, and gain their wisdom as well. Any change, regardless of where it comes from, is going to occur finally in the classroom. The person that's ultimately responsible for making that is the teachers. And I think the more we give teachers ownership of the process instead of a top-down approach, give them a say in making it happen, I think your chances of success are much, much greater. That's the change that we are seeing in our classrooms and we need to see more of, and that needs to be the focus. Student-centered approach.
Is it just alignment to the standard, or did students learn as a result?
The teachers basically told the facilitator what they wanted to happen.
We're going to start out with a quiz. This is an example of an assessment. So we're going to talk about why that time period is important.
Summer Institute this year was extremely engaging for me, being a school administrator. We granted the opportunity to engage in project-based learning. It was fun, for lack of a better word, to actually get our hands on, and it's like being back in 5th grade. It was so exciting just getting the opportunity to exhibit a little bit of creative thinking, being a little bit innovative, certainly so applicable to what we want to get across to the kids and the types of thinking that we want to get across to the kids, which in my estimation is the exact kind of thinking that businesses and industry is demanding in the 21st century, are people that can solve problems, think on their feet. They're going to have to exercise creative thinking, and then right on the spot be able to solve that problem. And one of the things in the Institute today that was so encouraging and so fun was to actually have the opportunity to kind of go through that process, the same type of process that we're going to be expecting our kids to go through. Things just kind of gel, and we kind of get a little bit more minimum, a little bit more energized about the following year. And that way we're able to kind of take that energy and translate them into some goals that will kind of sustain us over the next year.
If we ask our students to start doing this type of thing, their precision becomes a little bit better.
We're looking at teacher behavior and student impact. And that's very different from a checklist.
You know, sometimes people will step out of their comfort zone if they see another person involved in something that's producing exciting work.